and I'm the founder of this sisterhood, the I'm Loving Me Project, where we inspire you to love yourself. This is our Inspiration in 30 that we have Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 7:30 a.m. I am a little bit late, but it's technology. I I don't even get mad anymore. I just go ahead and sing a song, and I just say to myself, technology, calm down. Because if I get upset like I used to in the past where I couldn't get on, man, I would cause myself an aneurysm. But anyway, thank you guys for coming to the Inspiration in 30. I hope you guys are on our email list. If not, please go to imlovingme.net and subscribe to our email list. Why? Because we are going to be moving to our own platform very soon in February. And I want you guys to keep up with us. The reason why we're moving to our own platform is because we want to make sure we can really start to build our sisterhood and really get into those conversations that we need to get into that social media does not need to hear, right? And also be in a situation where we can talk and chat amongst ourselves. Hey, Khadijah, where I'm not talking at you, you're also expressing yourself as well. And also, the Inspiration in 30 could incorporate all of us instead of, just me talking at you. Um, I wanted to say, if you read my article this morning, I was triggered this weekend when I heard about Regina King's son committing suicide. That triggered me because like I said in the article, if you didn't read it, just go to our blog, go to imlovingme.net and click on blog, and it should be right there. My sister's husband committed suicide. He shot himself in the head, and I just couldn't understand why or how, right? Like, you married and you have this life and all this stuff is going on and you think everything is great, right? And I told the story of, you know, even though we people say it's not our fault, we still actually try to blame ourselves because, you know, all day that day that it happened, all day I just had this gut feeling that I needed to call him, right? Like I needed to call him to tell him to come and pick me up. But I was being, like trying not to be so selfish and trying not to be so needy because he took me from the Bronx all the way to Brooklyn, right? And it was like 2 or 3 hours afterwards, and I wanted him to come pick me up because I was so used to being here in Atlanta and, not taking no train. So I wanted him to pick me up. And then I said, nah, just go ahead and take the train. And then once I got back to their house, I got a note on the computer that said, call Al's mother's house. And then when I called and they said he passed, and then when we went down to identify his body to find out that he killed himself, I just didn't know what to do, right? So I said inside of that article, if you want to go ahead and read it, you really never understand you never understand what's going on behind a person's smile, right? You never understand what a person is really going through and what they feel inside. They will tell you everything to go ahead and get you out the way, mask the pain. They will smile like everything is great and do all these wonderful things where you think their life is amazing, where really they are dying inside, right? And that's why I made this message today. If that person is you, if that person is you, I want you to go ahead and forgive yourself. I want you to go ahead and forgive yourself. It is time. Okay? It is time. I don't know your situation. I don't know how much whatever happened to you affected you. I can't tell you how to heal. I can only give you the tools. And I can't tell you when it's okay or appropriate for you to go ahead and just forget about something because that's not how it happens. But what I am asking you to do is start that healing process for yourself. Start forgiving yourself because what you got to understand and know that cannot change, that cannot change, is the fact that you only did what you could do at that particular time with the information you had. Does that make sense? If you knew better, you would do better. If you had the tools, I'm very hopeful that you would have used them, right? But the past is the past and we can't change it. And if your present is what's bothering you, you can change it. It is going to bother you, but if it's killing you inside, you got to be able to break those ties. You got to be able to decide that you're going to come up with a plan and let that go. Because what eats you the most is hanging on to it. You get what I'm trying to say? Hanging on to that shit eats you up. I told y'all with my sister, that thing eats me up, right? It tears me apart. And I told myself in 2022, I'm gonna have to forgive and let that go, right? Because now I am in a position where I could do better and I can do more, and that's cool, right? I couldn't do it back then because I didn't know how. I didn't know what to do to grieve and plus uh, uh, I'm battling with things in my marriage. My sister passes. I'm trying to figure out how I manage my life and doing all these things. And it's like we keep blaming ourselves and we're not putting ourselves in a position where we can actually breathe and just say, you know what? At this particular moment in time, I need to be able to let shit go and start to forgive myself. Because think about it, ladies, you cannot change anything that has happened. As much guilt you hold, as much as you try to appease and please and push and make sure that, the kids have, the person that you felt did wrong have, all of that, it is not going to change what happened. If you hurt somebody, you tell them, please forgive me, and then you got to let it go, right? But yeah, what if you find yourself communicating what is okay and what isn't okay, and people keep doing them just to watch and be triggered and be uncomfortable? Well, Miss Sharon, that person, then that means you need to change your environment, right? That's a decision you're going to have to make, Sharon, to say, you know what? I can't do this no more. I can't do this no more. Because when you're around that same thing and people are reminding you and people are triggering you to let you know what you did, how you did it, and everything, it is time to go. Because you know what? They will never let up. They will never let you, they will never let you have that freedom that you're looking for. They will always hold that over your head when appropriate, right? That's why I keep preaching and keep telling you the things that you want to change in your life is all right here. It's here. Has nothing to do with anybody else. You're there because you are afraid to leave. You are there because you have not dealt with yourself. You get what I'm saying? You keep pleasing, people pleasing, making sure that people have and you don't, making sure somebody else cup full and yours is empty because you have not learned to forgive yourself. You carrying around the guilt, hoping that whatever it is that you're doing now will be enough. And who's suffering? Because they keep taking and taking and taking and taking and taking, and you keep saying, why don't they see that I'm trying to make up for whatever it is that I've done? They don't see that. What they see is that when they want something, they come to you. And you say, nobody appreciates me. They don't respect me. They just want what they want from me. Yeah, because you giving it to them. Because you carrying around something that you can't let go. You get what I'm saying? There's nothing you can do about what happened. Right? I said to myself, you could imagine what Regina King is feeling. And I put that in the article. All of you guys who got kids, grandkids, children that you take care of, and something like that tragic happens, the first thing you do is you blame yourself. You know why? Because you always thinking about what you shoulda, coulda, or would have done that will kept that person here. Right? I should have got him some more help. I should have picked up the phone. I should have went over there when he asked me to. I should have done this. I should have done that. What we got to know and understand is that people are responsible for themselves, especially grown people, right? And that's hard to hear because we know what life could be like. We're optimistic. We want people to be happy. We want people to live. We want people to just understand how precious life is. And we don't want to hear that the people we love and the people that is closest to us don't feel the same way. And we don't want to experience their pain in the way in which it can ultimately take their life. Because you know what that means? That means we didn't do enough. We wasn't there. And then we carry that and we blame ourselves. I wasn't there for 5 years of my kid's life because I had to go get myself together. I was in the streets. I wasn't there when my son or daughter needed me, or when my mother needed me, or when my family needed me, because I was out there being selfish myself. You were only living and doing what you knew how to do and what you wanted to do. Think about it. The state of mind you was in at that time. Did you know anything about growth, self-love, trying to keep yourself together? No. Most of the time you was in survival mode. Most of the time you was trying to figure out how you was going to make it day to day. How you was going to make what you had in your hand work. And when the pressure came on, and if it was something that you couldn't handle or bear, sometimes you checked out. Sometimes you left. Sometimes you turned to drugs. Sometimes you turned to alcohol. That's the only way you knew how to cope at the time. And as much as people spoke to you about what was going on and telling you you needed to get together and telling you that you have to change, could you hear them at the time? No, because you know what we say? You don't understand what I'm going through. You don't understand how I feel. You don't get it because you don't understand and you don't know what happened to me. So you can't tell me because you wasn't there, right? We the victim. We're hurt. We're in so much pain. We're trying to figure out how we navigate all this stuff. And so things happen. People get hurt. Tragic events happen. And then when the light bulb goes off and we hit that rock bottom, and it's only us and God down there trying to figure out how we're going to build ourselves back up, and we do, we got to leave the guilt down there too. We got to leave all that pain down there too. We can't say we this new person and then carrying a whole bunch of stuff with us, right? We have to figure out how we're going to forgive ourselves for the life we had in the past. That person didn't know better. Person didn't know better. Okay? But you do now. And so you operate from where you want to be and where you want to go from this point on. Spending all that time, I'm trying to tell y'all, spending all that time trying to please other people, make sure the relationship work, make sure you have the opportunity to go ahead and keep things together. You're only hurting yourself. That's how depression happens. That's how sickness comes. You start coughing and you don't understand why. And it ain't COVID, right? You trying to figure out why you got chest pains, why things are happening to you, why your back is being thrown out, because you carrying so much pressure, right? You got to forgive yourself. You have to forgive yourself. It is okay to say, you know what? I effed up. I did. I didn't know any better. But guess what? Now I get the opportunity to do it again. And even if I fail, so what? This is a new life I'm trying to build. Excuse me, not trying, that I am building for myself and for my kids. If you want to go ahead and talk about the past, so be it. You go do that. But I can't. I know what happened to me. I know it was foul. I know I'm looking at this person, family reunions and all this stuff, and in my body, I want that person to pay for whatever it is they did to me, my child, my family, whoever. But I cannot allow that to control me and be that stronghold on me anymore. I got to be able to walk in this room and be okay with myself, forgive this person, and keep it moving, because I don't want it to affect my mental health. I don't want it to hold me for the rest of my life, where the choices and the decisions I make is not beneficial to me or my family. You think that you pleasing and helping out and making sure that your kids have, your grandkids have and everything, and you're not teaching them the value of responsibility or anything. You just telling them, you teaching them how to have their hand out, how to take from a person. And then when they grow up and they do that, and you say, I don't know how you get so selfish, and I don't know how you did this, you did it. Forgive yourself, okay? Forgive yourself. Yes, you might have been a bitch. Yes. You might have been selfish to the point where you hurt other people. Yes, you made wrong choices because you wasn't loving yourself the way that you know you should have. But it's a new day now. It's a new day now. It's 2022. And that thing happened in the 90s or the 80s. Can we forgive and move on? Can we understand that every time you look in the mirror, you can like who you are for the person you are becoming? Sharon, that's what loving you looks like. Looking in the mirror and liking the person that you're becoming, not looking at the person you were. Looking at your physical appearance and saying, we're going to get it together, or I like what I see. Understanding that everything is formulated up here. Here's where it starts, in the mind. If you got negative people around you, you're going to have negativity in here. That's why the seasons of life, the ant therapy, that's why those things are so important. Like I keep telling you guys, you got to be able to come and know and understand so that you can lower your suffering when you are moving throughout life. If you recognize your negative thoughts that you are having, then you can change them. But everything is so normalized in your life. How many times you tell yourself, my ass is getting too damn fat. I need to go ahead and see if I could go on a diet or this or that. And, I need to go ahead and enroll in this school, but I know I can't right now because I ain't got the money. And I need to go ahead and find me something other than what I'm doing now because it's not paying enough. And the kids is about to go to college next year. So I don't even know how I'm going to navigate through that. And you just keep talking and talking and talking all day long about what you don't have, what you can't do, how you struggling and who can come and help you and save you, and hoping that the lottery, you can hit the number and do all this stuff. Come on. Come on. I keep saying life is about living. That's what you're here for, to live. To leave your mark on the world, whatever that is for you. It doesn't have to be something grandiose where the whole world knows. It could just be you and your family, or you and who you impact. And as long as you loving yourself along the way, forgiving yourself for what happened in the past that you could not control, that you did the best you could do, then your life really, really starts to open up because you appreciate it more. You get what I'm saying? You don't take bullshit. You could smell it coming a mile away. And you get the choice to tell yourself if you're going to deal with it or not. Right? You don't sit around and just say, you know what? We'll see what the day is going to bring. I'm going to sit up here and go to work and come home and cook my dinner and then go ahead and get the kids straight, help them with their homework, make sure they get a bath, sit down for a second, watch a program on TV, then go to bed and get up and do the same thing all over again. And then the next thing you know, 10 years have passed. And then you ask yourself why you didn't do anything with your life. Right? I told y'all in February, we're doing Sisters How Y'all Feel, because we normalize trauma as African American women. We normalize it. We hold guilt. It's very hard for us because we are told so many things as young girls of how strong we have to be, how independent we have to be. We should depend on no man to help us with nothing. We go out there and we work and we strive for our family and everything. And if you get a man, good. If not, you don't need him. And if you old school, if he beat your ass, don't worry about it. As long as he paying the bills. Right? Can't do that no more. We can't live like this no more. You know why? Because your kids and their kids are depending on you. The generational curse got to stop somewhere. So that's why I'm like, sisters, how y'all feel? One of the segments, I want you and your daughter or you and your son, whoever, because what we don't do is talks amongst ourselves about the issues that we have and how it's affecting our kids. We don't do that so that our kids can hear and that we can hear them. You know why? Because it's too emotional. We don't do that. That's why I told you we taking it off this platform, because stuff like that, no, no. Because it's hard to hear if you sitting in front of your kid and they tell you, well, for 2 years of my life, when I was a teenager, I felt like my mother didn't love me. And you turn around and be like, all the things that I've done for you, the roof over your head and the things that you have and all that stuff. See, that's why I can't talk to her, because she's always talking about what she doing. That's real. That's real. You felt that way as a kid. But we believe as Black women that because we are doing and providing and working with no man, no this, no that, and by ourselves, they should be grateful. They should see your work. They should know how hard it is for you. They don't. They don't. And when they do, they put pressure on themselves. They try to help you. They try to make sure they get some stuff done. And then the next thing you know, you turn around and you say, I don't understand why my kid is out there doing what they doing. Well, they looking at you come home every day struggling, doing all this stuff, crying about how you can't make it and everything. So they believe that they need to go and step up and do something, because we don't talk. So when they steal a car or they steal some money or they go deal drugs or they do whatever it is that they doing, you blame yourself and you ask yourself, where did I fall short? Where did I fail? Why is it like that? Why is my kid in jail? It's a cycle. It's a cycle. It's not your fault. It's what you was taught. And it is the actions that they pay attention to. You get what I'm saying? So we gotta learn. Gotta learn how to forgive ourselves, because our kids depend on it. Okay? I'm telling y'all, Ant Therapy is on Thursday. Ant Therapy is on Thursday. You see it on Facebook or whatever, go ahead and sign up, because you need to know how you're thinking. You need to know how you're thinking, right? We got a journal that we use to help you with that. That Sisters How You Feel. I want to see all, man, I am so mad this can't be in person. because of everything that is going on. But I know I'm going to do this shit again sometime in the summer because we can't live in fear. Okay. But we are going to make sure that we make it happen because it is time. It is time. You got so much life to live. Stop letting things hold you back. Okay? Stop letting that guilt and that fear and that unforgiveness hold you back. The way that you start is allowing yourself to address how you feel and get the tools to go ahead and show you how you can walk through that thing. That's the only way you're going to come out. Unless you be talking all day, but you don't know how, you don't have a solution as to how you get better. All right? I love y'all. Y'all make sure y'all go have a good day. I'll see y'all on Wednesday. Look out for all the announcements. Make sure you join our mailing list. Send it to all your girlfriends about Sisters How You Feel. Uh, it's for all women, but mainly Black women. We're going to talk about us, our issues. I want you to bring your daughters, right? I want you to bring your sons. We're going to have Kingdom Brothers come on. That's going to help address the men and the boys, to talk to them about the process of healing, how they can start to express themselves. And it's just going to be a great February. So I don't want you guys to miss this. Okay.